Hi, this is Ogres. This review is on the No Way Out 2001 pay-per-view that I watched just recently. Hold on. Yeah, that I watched just recently. I think today is the 20th anniversary of it from Las Vegas, Nevada. It's probably... let me think. Today is... It's probably Friday morning there now, but I'm going to count it as the 20th anniversary of this pay-per-view. I call it the WWF. It's WWF No Way Out 2001. I just watched it on the WWE Network before. I took an hour break in between, so I started watching it just after 7:30. I just finished watching it over 10 minutes ago. It was just over 2.5 hours long, so that sounds about right. There were 7 matches in total on this show. Hold on. Yeah, there were 7 matches on this show in total, and it featured 2 key matches, and that was the 3 Stages of Hell match, or 2 out of 3 falls match between Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the WWF Championship match between Kurt Angle and The Rock. Kurt Angle was the champion going into this match. There was also an IC title match and WWF Tag Team Titles match, but I'll get into that soon. The first match. Hold on. My computer keeps coming with updates. It's annoying. The first match on the show was Raven versus Big Show for the Hardcore Championship, and Raven was the champion going in. There was a lot of run-ins by Crash Holly, who was pretending to be a vendor, and then Billy Gunn came in, and I believe he hit his famous move on Raven to win the Hardcore Championship, and then Steve Blackman and Hardcore Holly came in after Crash came in. Then what happened? Billy Gunn, he got pinned by, I think, the Raven again? Yeah, Raven pinned him, and then Big Show eventually hit his... after all of these hardcore weapon weapon stuff, Big Show hit his chokeslam onto a garbage can on Raven and won the Hardcore Championship for the first time. Then we had a promo backstage. Kurt Angle basically on facing The Rock for the WWF title tonight. He's very confident. Then there's another promo backstage. Eddie Guerrero on his Fatal 4-Way match, and he was there with Benoit. The sore subject in 2021 after what happened almost 14 years ago, but he is on this pay-per-view, so we have to get used to it. Let's see, yeah. They were going to coexist in this in the WWF Triple Threat WWF Intercontinental title match. So we'll see what happens with that. And then it's coming up next. The second match on the show is the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental title match between X-Pac versus Chris Jericho, who's the IC champion going in, versus Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit. And Chris Jericho won by pinfall after he rolled up X-Pac for the win and retained the Intercontinental Championship. This was a pretty long match. I think it went over 15 minutes. Yeah. The Guerrero and Benoit alliance didn't last too long. It lasted like several minutes in, and then they both turned on each other, I guess. Then there was a promo backstage. Mr. McMahon discusses Stephanie and Trish in the upcoming match. Promo, Test weighs in on Trish and Stephanie. This was from WWF New York at the time, which is no longer in business. Then there was a promo backstage. And Test calls. But between the two of them, Trish and Stephanie, we'll find out who is the biggest trash bag hose going to be. Something like that, I think he said. It wasn't exactly a PG comment, but at the time the product wasn't PG, so there you go. Then What do we have next? Oh yeah, the commercial for Roy's War on TNN at the time. Yeah, Roy's War went to TNN back in September 2000 after their deal with USA Network ran out, and they took over. Roy's War took over TNN from ECW, so ECW was on its last legs. At this point, it was just about out of business, and WCW was on its final legs at this point in the Monday Night War. I'll get into that with the anniversary of the March 26th Nitro episode, which will be next month, the 20th anniversary of that. Let's see. Oh yeah, then there was another commercial for the WWF The Music Volume 5 album on the website, I think, or WWE, whatever. It was WWF at the time, so I never picked up that CD. I'm going to check online after this, after I upload this video, and see once it's uploaded, and see if it's still available on eBay. Then the third match of the show is Trish Stratus versus Stephanie McMahon Helmsley, and William Regal got involved in this match. He wanted initially Trish to win by putting her on top of Stephanie, and then he put Stephanie's leg on top of the rope, and then Trish slapped him, and then he hit put her arm around his neck, and then around her neck, and then hit a move on her, and then Stephanie got on top of Trish, and she pinned her, and she won by pinfall after his interference. Then there's a promo backstage. Mr. McMahon is furious with William Regal, so there's going to be a tag team match on Raw the following night between William Regal and Stephanie McMahon versus Mr. McMahon and Trish Stratus. I may watch that Raw in the morning. I'll consider it. I won't watch it now because it's almost midnight here in Australia. What do we have next? Oh yeah, match number 4: Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin in a 2 out of 3 falls match, or 3 stages of hell, as would later become known. The first fall was a straight match, second fall was a street fight, and the third fall, if needed, was a steel cage match. Well, it went all 3 falls, because in the first fall in the straight match, Stone Cold won by pinfall after hitting the stunner on Triple H. And then in Stone Cold's type of match, in a street fight, Triple H won by pinfall after the pedigree. They beat the crap out of each other. There was blood everywhere. They both bled. A lot of weapon use. The tables was destroyed at ringside. The announce tables. Yeah, and Stone Cold beat him in his kind of match, in a straight match. So they were tied at 1-1, and then they didn't have much left in the steel cage match, which was the final 4. And Triple H eventually won by pinfall after Stone Cold and Triple H hit each other with a sledgehammer and a 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire. Triple H hit him with the sledgehammer, Stone Cold with the 2x4, and then Triple H landed on top of Stone Cold and got the pin in the 1-2-3, and that ends that rivalry, apparently. Yeah. And a lot would change after this, but I won't get into that until if there's any follow-up on this from tomorrow night, from the Raw after this, which was February 26, 2001. Let's see. Then there's a promo backstage. Right to Censor holds a pre-match prayer in regards to the match coming up between Steven Richards and Jerry the King Lawler. For that match, if Steven Richards won, the Cat, which was Jerry the King Lawler's wife at the time, would join Right to Censor. But if Jerry the King Lawler won, then the Cat would express her nudity on live on pay-per-view, I guess. Yeah, before this we had a commercial for the WWF Ultimate Fanatic contest. I wasn't sure what that was about. I'm recording. Can you please wait? I'm recording. Yeah, go away. What was that? Where was I? Oh yeah, the Ultimate Fanatic contest. Mick Foley was the host of this. I forgot what this was about. Let me know in the comments below because I was zoned out during that match when I watched it. During that promo when I watched it. Then the next match is match number 5, Steven Richards versus Jerry the King Lawler, and Steven Richards, who had Ivory with him, won by pinfall after many distractions. The Cat accidentally hit Jerry the King Lawler with the women's title belt, Ivory's WWF women's title belt, and Steven Richards won by pinfall. And now the Cat is joined with the Right to Censor. I forget where that ended up, but I'll when I watch the Raw following this, I'll the Raws that follow this, I'll see what's going on with this, because I forgot what happened at the time. Then there was a promo backstage. Kane and Undertaker addressed their opponents in the upcoming Triple Threat Tables match for the WWF Tag Team titles. Then the next match is exactly that match. Edge and Christian versus the Dudley Boys, who are the champions, versus Kane and Undertaker. Towards the end of the match, the Rikishi and Haku, who made his return to the WWF. He was in WCW before this as main, as a hardcore champion. Oh no, wait, that was the month before, sorry. He made his return at the Royal Rumble. And which meant that the WCW Hardcore title was retired. Not that it was a meaningful belt when it was introduced to begin with. But yeah, they attacked Kane and Undertaker, and that allowed the Dudley Boys to hit the 3D on Christian for the 1, 2, 3, and they retained their tag team titles. I'll go back and watch this match. It was a pretty entertaining match. Then there was a promo backstage. Kurt Angle has a message for Kurt Angle. And this follows up on the promos that led up to this match. And there was a video package on this before the match. Hold on. And then the final match on the show, the main event, is Kurt Angle versus The Rock for the WWF Championship. And Kurt Angle was the champion going in. He was 4 months as... He was he was 4 months into his reign as the WWF champion, and it'll come to an end here. The Rock would eventually hit a people's elbow, but didn't get the pin towards the end. He would hit the rock bottom, but the referee didn't count the 3 for some reason. And The Rock gave him this look before he hit the second rock bottom, and he pinned Kurt Angle to win the WWF Championship. And he will now face Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 17 in the main event. And I'll review WrestleMania 17, the 20th anniversary, in early April. That's over a month away. Kurt Angle has some moments here in this match. He had the ankle lock on for a while. He hit a couple of angle slams. He removed the turnbuckle towards the end, but The Rock... He put The Rock's head into the exposed turnbuckle, but still didn't get the win. And then The Rock reversed that and put his head into the turnbuckle. So yeah, it was pretty much a straight up title match. But The Rock got the win here, and he became, I believe, let's see, Survivor Series, and Royal Rumble. That's 2, 3 in February that year, 99, 3. I think he won Backlash 2000, that's 4. King of the Ring, 5. So this was his 6th WWF Championship title win since Survivor Series 1998. So there you go. He was equal with Stone Cold Steve Austin in popularity at this point in time as well. I mean, Steve Austin was gone for almost a year, so The Rock pretty much took over in terms of popularity in the year 2000. So I thought this was a great pay-per-view. It was like a B+ grade. What dragged down this pay-per-view? The Hardcore title match, I guess it was decent. It was okay. The IC title match was great. There was good promos. The women's match was good. 3 Stages of Hell was an awesome match. But that Steven Richards versus Jerry the King Lawler match, that kind of took down the grade for me. I would have given it an A+ if it wasn't for that match. And the other 2 matches to end the show were actually very good. So B+, and probably a 9 out of 10 grade for this pay-per-view leading into WrestleMania. Arguably the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Yeah. And which would be the final one of the Attitude Era, I believe. WrestleMania 17. So there you go. yeah, well, let me know what you thought about this pay-per-view in the comments below. I will be watching Raw is War from February 26, 2001. By the time I watch it here, it'll be February 27th. So yeah. And I'll watch a WCW pay-per-view over the weekend. I'm just not sure which one yet. I'll put a comment in this video, in the video once I upload it, to update what kind of classic WCW pay-per-view I review. Anyway, this has been Ogres. Oh, and I'm gonna watch NXT as well, and I'll watch that tomorrow and upload that as do a review on that as well. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so this has been Ogres. Peace out.